Hello everybody, Jose Rodriguez here. Today, as I was perusing through some of my favorite printing forums, I came across a thread that began basically with a screen capture of an ad from one of the many camera companies for a Canon Pro 100 and the rebate deal that they offer. And the person who posted it said, "I sure love this printer." And that was followed by a not so nice comment by whomever saying something about, "Boy, what a useless post," or something to that effect. And I ignored it, and I guess that attracted the attention of other members of the forum. And finally, the guy that said that initial kind of nasty comment says something to do with the fact that you guys are considering a Canon Pro 100 as a crappy blank printer, uses crappy dye inks, and produces crappy prints. Kind of shows the quality of the members around here. Something like that. Really, really crass and just totally stupid. And so I said, So I wrote back, and I was a little snarky because he deserved it. I said that I've had the Pro 100 since it came out. I have produced many beautiful prints. I also have 15 other printers and also produce beautiful prints with them. And basically, when you speak about a printer, please make sure that you know what you're talking about. Oh boy. So he gets back at me and calls me a lazy veteran who is sitting at home collecting my pension and making videos for YouTube. Get a life, you loser, blah, blah, blah. And I just went, forget it. You are a total idiot. And of course, I do have my fans in that forum, and they just pounced on the guy. And the guy was trying to come back with these stupid comments about, the printer, this and that. And then I said, let me just click on his name. And it appears that he's had probably, 80 posts since 2007. He has started a handful of threads. But, I'm up to like 15,000 posts and threads. So I've been around a little bit longer. But, for him to come back after a hiatus of about a year and just not even try to be nice, it's just basically trolling and just belittling everybody. Hard word for me to say. And basically, you can just tell by the comments he makes, he really is not very well versed on printers. And so, as a little sarcastic comeback, let me show you some prints that I just made on what's left of Red River San Gabriel Semi-Gloss 1.0, which is this is the last boxes that they had. They don't have any more. They only have 4x6 now. Let me show you some of these crappy prints that the Pro 100 can produce. And this is with Precision Colors inks, by the way, and their profile. So let me tell you a little secret. There is still a way to get some of this paper, and I'll tell you how at the end. But there is nothing wrong with this print. I don't care what you say. And like I said, I printed one of these, a picture of my grandson, and this thing has been sitting around just unprotected for months now. Not a change, not a bit of change. I finally put it under glass in a frame, and I expect it to last decades that way. So yeah, crappy prints from a crappy printer. I just knocked this one out just 5 minutes ago before I started this video. A little platter with some berries and melon, and you can see the color. This is so subtle, the coloration is. There's no harsh lighting. I just shot this under like kitchen light for a friend that I was visiting, and she was having a little get together, and I just quickly took a picture of it. And you can see how beautiful the colors were rendered. This is gorgeous, and it looks just like my monitor displays it. And that's what's amazing. All right, so there you go. Another crappy print from a crappy printer. Oh, I forgot to tell him I was using crappy third-party inks. Anyway, there is no more of this fantastic photo paper. Okay, the San Gabriel 1.0. There is 2.0 and it's made by a different manufacturer. And some people like it, some people prefer the original. But there's a way. If you look at their closeout section, there are some 17 by 50 foot long rolls of this that catches this, and they put it about 5-6 times. They were accidentally rolled onto the 3-inch cores backwards. So what I'm going to do, I don't have a problem with that whatsoever, because I could actually cut sheets from that with my rototrim. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewind it onto my empty core that I have on my P800 at this moment. I'm going to go ahead and wind it the correct orientation. In other words, instead of being upside down, I'm going to rewind it so that the surface is, of course, facing the top like it's supposed to. So I got 100 feet of this coming. Should be here next week. And I'll go ahead and show you guys how to do this process of rewinding it. And if you happen to have a 17 by 3-inch diameter core that's empty from previous use, go ahead and order some of this. It's only like $39 for 17 by 50 feet of this gorgeous paper. I love this paper. It is beautiful. It's got a creamy, not pure white background. It's got a gorgeous semi-warm background. The pearly surface is fantastic. This should be fed on this is, by the way, printed on the Pro 100, that crappy printer that my good friend from the forum was maligning. And so you can see how gorgeous that came out. But it should really be printed using the rear feed or the manual feed, because it is so thick. And I do have a little bit of a scratch running the length here. So something in there is causing a little bit of a scratch. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use it on my P800. I'll switch it back to photo black, and we'll print on that rewound roll paper and produce great prints using the PCK3 HD inks from Precision Colors. It should work out just fine. So anyway, yeah, that really ticked me off today, because he actually insulted me for my service to the country. Can you believe that? Yeah, he clearly is a loser. Capital letter L, loser. So, get over it, sir. Try printing. Oh, wait a minute. He actually insulted somebody that he said they didn't know what they were doing. They were probably happy with that crappy printer and using a point shoot type camera. And I was going to answer, did you look at the guy's gear list? Because the guy that he insulted listed his gear list. And yeah, I'm sure he would be quite jealous of what the guy shoots with. So, oh gosh. Listen, there's always going to be trolls anywhere you go. So that's the way it is. All right. I'm sorry. I tried to mix a little bit of good information and show you a couple of prints with this little rant of mine. But that guy really just, sometimes people just get to you, and he did get to me. I'm sorry. I guess that was his goal. So congratulations to him for getting to me over that. Had he insulted me personally, that's fine. But don't insult my service to the country. No, sir. You don't get away with that. All right. So thank you once again. Please keep subscribing, sharing, and liking. And until the next time, which will be on the computer, I'm going to show you how to do. Remember I said that Canon printers do not remember custom sizes. Well, if you use QImage, you can actually save settings, and anytime you want to call them up, you just call up that particular setting you saved, and it will immediately remember a custom size. And in this case, someone wanted to do 11 by 14 on a Canon, which is not one of the standard paper sizes. So therefore, you cannot print borderless to it, even if you create an 11 by 14 setting. You still cannot print borderless in QImage, but at least you don't have to re-enter the 11 by 14 measurements every time you want to print to 11 by 14, which is by the way, this size paper right here. All right. Thank you once again. Until the next time, happy printing, everybody. Bye-bye.